In this video, I'll tell you exactly why I left copywriting after 4 years and what would I have done differently if I had to start over. So the story dates back to around 4 years ago. I was in ninth grade at that time and I wanted to find some way to make money online. And I figured that I'm pretty good at English. I enjoy writing, so might as well try to find some work related to writing online. And initially, I started doing content writing, but over time, I realized that content writing will be like the first thing that will be replaced by AI, because at that time it was like ChatGPT was starting to pop off and you could get like some pretty good content writing results from ChatGPT. So I thought that copywriting would be better than content writing because copywriting involves emotions and human like sales persuasion. So these kind of things, and that's why I switched to copywriting. And at that time, like I tried to see any YouTube course that I could find on copywriting. And like the one goat of copywriting on YouTube is like Tyson 4D. He has a ton of subscribers now, but at that time he was like really like starting out, 25K, 20,000 subscribers, something like that. And I started watching him. I took all of his free courses. I saw Alex Cotoni took all of her free courses as well. And then there was like a YouTube channel called Copy That. I took their 5 hour copywriting course as well. Like basically, I found anything that I could online on copywriting and I watched it A to Z. And I started to like implement things as well. I was just like watching, I was practicing. And at that time, I was then like trying to kind of understand what is copywriting, how to write, and I was like pretty good at writing from the start. So I got the hang of it pretty quickly, and I also like read some books on it as well. So you have to understand that all of this is happening in a 16-year-old's life who is also going to school, is like a pretty good student as well, and he is trying to make money online through copywriting, which is sales generated copywriting, which is nowhere near as popular in Pakistan, in my home country, as it is in other countries. Over here, copywriting is basically creative. Like nobody gives a shit about whether it generates sales or not. It's like if you're a copywriter, you can write good creative headlines or good creative scripts that like sound nice or like look pretty. That's what copywriting is over here. And I was trying to find work like remotely on sales events. So basically, like I had close to zero actual belief that this will work. I was just believing whatever I saw online of these YouTubers, and these guys were like, you can get to 10K a month, which is like a dream number for everybody my age. So at that time, Andrew Tate was also really popping off, and his program, like the Hustlers University, it was called at that time. Now it's called the Real World, I think. And I enrolled in that as well. And I took any like courses I could find on there. There was like, I remember a dude named Dylan Madden. I took all of his copywriting courses over there as well. And I tried to like, then I started to actually pitch to clients. And by the way, a small tip is like, if you're becoming a copywriter, if you want to become, then start pitching right away. Like even if you don't really understand copywriting, just start pitching for clients right away, because the amount of time it takes for you to get clients, like you'll get good in copywriting at that time. That's how long it is. Like it could be like 6 months, 7 months. Now these days with AI, things are a lot different than when I did them. But this is just something that I want you to know if you want to become a copywriter. So anyway, I started like, I made an Instagram account. I started like making some posts and trying to outreach to people and outreach to businesses. So my industry was quite unluckily the most famous industry, fitness and like fitness and health. So I was like, okay, I do fitness, I know a little bit about fitness, that's the best thing I should approach to. But what I didn't know was that everybody like who didn't know jack shit about anything, they were going to fitness and health because they were like, oh, I know what are push-ups, or I know like eggs are healthy for, and they would just pitch to fitness clients. And so at that point, like all of the fitness businesses, coaches, all of them had like 50 to 100 cold DMs from copywriters just like me who were trying to take their money. And all of these like kids basically, like because I was a kid at that time and still am, but like I was more of a kid at that time, and their DMs were just basically filled with that, and nobody got clients. At least I didn't get any client whatsoever for like first 2 years or something of trying to find clients with copywriting. And I was doing like Instagram outreaches. I got to like 400, 500 outreaches. And this is like proper outreaches as well, in which you like first like reply to a story. Like if any of you has done like outreaching methods, they probably understand like first to reply to the story, because then it's more likely to get opened, and then you like give a free audit and things like that. So I did a lot of that for a long time. like as much as I could as being a student and also like enjoying my life. Because here's something that I would tell you, that people can say that I didn't work as hard in copywriting as I could have, but I have no regrets because the time I had enjoying with my friends, whether it was playing video games or going out, I would never exchange that for any amount of money. And I don't regret not working more at all. Like no amount of, like no matter how rich I would be right now, I wouldn't like give a shit. So anyway, after Instagram, I switched over to LinkedIn because I was like I'm trying to tell you my thought process at that time as well. So it's like kind of more helpful to you to really understand how to think at that time and not like just do things like a snails or like a monkey. Okay, now this doesn't work. Let me just go with it this time. So my mindset at that time was like LinkedIn is way more professional, a lot less competition on LinkedIn compared to Instagram for fitness coaches and things like that. And plus, there was also like a jobs tab on LinkedIn where you could apply to jobs. So I was like, okay, this is way better than like Fiverr or Upwork, because I also had like a failure story on Fiverr, I think, where I like actually did a job, but then when I was about to get paid for the job, they was like, you are underage, get the fuck out of here. And I didn't get the money at all. It was like literally in my Fiverr account, but never got back. So anyway, I switched over to LinkedIn, and now LinkedIn was the platform on which I spent the most amount of time trying to get clients, and I got in total 3 clients from there. So LinkedIn now, LinkedIn on there, it is like, if any of you understand that, you basically write posts, and I got really good at writing LinkedIn posts, and I made about like 100 to 150 well written posts on LinkedIn, and did that over the span of like almost an entire year. And the thing is, like, even the clients that I got from LinkedIn, they weren't exactly for copywriting. Now my entire profile was hyper optimized for like copywriting clients, right? But the people who, like the clients I got, they just posted a job like, okay, I need a person for this. It was related to writing, like most of it was like ghost writing. So they needed people to do some web content for them. So they needed people, some script writers, some LinkedIn ghost writer, basically. And these 3 jobs, so the only reason that I got those jobs as well was not because I was really good at copywriting, or not because that I really understood the client outreach process or whatever. It was like kind of pure luck and me acting on like a moment's notice, because I remember strictly that I saw a really like famous profile of a like a woman. She's like really famous on LinkedIn on Pakistan, and I opened my LinkedIn on my phone, and it was like the post was made only like 15 minutes ago. And I mean, like, she was saying that she needs someone to like ghostwrite LinkedIn post for her. And I was writing LinkedIn posts at that time, but I had never offered this as a service. But I immediately like sent her a text like, what kind of post do you need? I'll send a sample right now. And she just like gave me some instructions on writes like this. I sent a sample, and boom, I was hired. So that was how easy it was. And in retrospect, when I think that my none of my copywriting knowledge, none of my client outreach knowledge was helpful to get this particular client. And I got another client from that, and another client was basically the same way. Like, he made a post, I sent like for script writing, and I said, okay, I can like write scripts for you. And that's how basically I got these jobs. And none of them were like any helpful for outreach or copywriting, anything to do with that. So if you want to like see what did I actually like, really make money from copywriting, kind of yes, because these kind of posts, like, they were eventually used to convert audience into like buyers. So that's the basic rule of copywriting as well. Like, you're not trying to educate people, you're trying to like convert them, and all of these things were based on that. But the main thing was, like, even after doing so much work on LinkedIn, I never got to that figure of like 10K per month, 5K per month that all of these gurus were basically promising. And that's the reality of making money online. It's not easy at all. You don't make money for like the first 6 months or a year. And that was my case as well. I think I didn't make any money at all from writing whatsoever, no matter copywriting, content writing, anything, for like the first 2 years of our like of the course, taking action, outreaching, all of that. For 2 years, I didn't make any money at all. And after that, I made some money, which was like by the grace of God, because none of it was related to what I was doing before that. So, anyway, if I could do it all over, my single piece of advice to you would be that just pick something that you really enjoy. Because in my case, I tried to think like that at the start as well, that okay, I enjoy writing, I enjoy learning about new things. Let's get into writing online, like for copywriting and content writing. But now that I like have gotten to this stage, I have found that I really enjoy teaching things. Like anything I know, if I'm teaching it to somebody, I can do it like free of cost even, and it doesn't tire me. I don't get frustrated if someone doesn't understand. And this could be purely genetic because like my father is a teacher, my mother is a teacher as well. But the thing is, like, I was like, if I started this like content creation and basically the exact niche, or like you can say business model as Hamza, if any of you know him, like he's a self-improvement creator. He's fallen off like really bad, but he used to be like the goat in like 2 3 years ago. Anyway, so that is like my preferred niche, and this kind of content I can make like for hours at end without getting tired or anything at all. So if I started doing this like 4 years ago, I would be way more successful than I was right than I was with copywriting or content writing. And that would be literally because I would enjoy doing this way more, and I would not have to like count the days on like, oh, have like been doing this for 5 months, I have been doing this for 6 months, I have made no progress, no money whatsoever, which I was doing by the way with copywriting and content writing. So this is like the number one metric. If you like don't understand that, what should you do, what you really enjoy. Thing is, if you're doing something and you can like basically forget like how much time have you been doing it for example, for some people it's like with playing video games, which is like not exactly monetizable. Yes, you can stream your plays, yes you can like play competitively, but like anything, for some people it's like even like drawing on a piece of paper, right? So when people do these things that they actually enjoy, they forget how much time has passed, like 5 hours has passed, 10 hours has passed, and that is the thing that you really enjoy. So I would particularly focus on that and trying to monetize it for with some kind of way. And that's so crazy as well that people these days can get rich by literally doing anything at all. And like just this example, for example, like we're talking about drawing and drawing digitally, like these kind of things, right? People pay commissions and pay like hefty commission, like good amount of money to like just draw whatever they're asking you to draw. So for example, like if I'm a guy who draws like 5 drawings a day, right? Now I can just draw the same 5 drawings a day for people who are requesting me to draw a particular thing. Like I don't have to do anything extra. I just have to draw, like instead of drawing what I want to draw, I will draw what they want to draw. Still drawing, by the way, still an enjoyable thing, and I'll get paid money for that. And if you don't believe in, like, go out and find all of these like digital art accounts on Instagram and see like their commission prices. They're like 50 to 100, or charging $50 to $100 a piece. That's insane. Like they can be making like 15 10K a month easily if they go full time on their commissions and like scaled as properly like a business. And this is like applicable to almost anything that you can do right now. So that's what I would do, is that try to find something that you really really enjoy and just start grinding on that, and like document your journey through content, through content, because I've seen that content creation has a lot of benefits, not just because of money. Like it is good because you can look back on how far you've come. You can like improve yourself basically by like seeing what you were doing each day and trying to analyze like what you were doing wrong the past week or the past month. And especially the networking aspect as well, because when you like start putting content online, you really come across people who are similar minded as you, on the same mission as you. And that's like the best thing to get, because it gives you that extra motivation that you're lacking for whatever you're doing at the start, because you don't get any results whatsoever at the start. So that's what I would do if I were to start over. And let me know your thoughts.